Blessings, everyone, and so much love to each of you. Thank you so much for being here today with me. This video is about the Ascension walk series, and today's topic is about remembering to breathe. Remember to breathe is a vital one. We talk about it, but often putting it in practice is quite an extraordinary remembrance, I must say. In the human walk journey, again, there are always encounters we're having. Some of these encounters are a little bit more subtle, and some of these encounters are quite earth-shattering for us. And it's designed that way for a reason. So let me just share this with you. There is this love that beholds all of us from the creator source of that which we are. That omni-essence is really here to bring the grace into our human vessel. So it loves us so much that it knows this walk of ascension is going to be one step at a time. So it will never give you a massive amount that you're not allowed to handle or you just can't handle, because on a soul agreement, your soul knows exactly what it needs to experience, and there's a lot of compassion for your beautiful human vessel that's going to go through the experience. So having said that, some of these encounters that you encounter, like let's say a gentle fender bender, you might be shaken up just a little bit. And within that shaking up, certain emotions come up. And often what happens is our physical body retracts because of the surprise element or the shock element, or it wasn't part of the expectation. So the body retracts. As it retracts, it closes this breathing area, that life force. So temporary, that life force sort of like retracts, and the body gets tightened. And from that, some of these emotions that will surface get stored into the body. So it is so important, even in those, let's say that fender bender experience, to, as the perhaps you're the driver, as your hands are behind the wheel, to be able to, in that moment, relax your muscles as you can and breathe. Perhaps breathe deeper so you can relax more, so your physical body does not go into this retraction mode and stay there, where those energies of motion, such as shock, for example, that came, or the unfairness, or what have you, somebody maybe ran into you, that doesn't get stored in your physical body. So the emotion gets presented, comes to the surface, and as you breathe it, you relax, you let it go back out. This is very, very important. Now, sometimes the situation is much more intense, like let's say it is a major car accident and you've gone unconscious. So during that unconscious state, there are other things that are taking place in other planes of reality, and that's okay. And as you become aware, let's say whatever situation you want, that your awareness comes back into your body, so important to begin breathing into the body, begin connecting with that life force breath, consciously relaxing as much as you can. Relax the physical body so it doesn't go into further shock and further confusion. You may experience, for example, a news of a crossing, transition into spirit side of a loved one. And again, on the phone, you might go into that freezing mode. Again, the body, physical body can retract and get extremely tight, and all these emotions that want to come up. See, the thing is, these emotions are part of this water element inside of you, and they come up so that they can come out and come up and come out. They're not designed to be stored in you. But what happens is when we don't breathe into them, we clench into them, the body contracts in its muscles and even the blood flow. So everything gets tightened up and affects the neurotransmitters, it affects the central nervous system, everything that's firing. So this is when then anxiety and all the things begin to come later, because we store these within, and your muscles don't want to have them be carrying these emotions anymore because they are heavy. So naturally it affects your biosphere of light. So you want to be able to breathe into them. So even with that news, if you can remember through your awareness to breathe consciously, and again relax your body as much as you can, and then begin hearing whatever else, which each word that is being said to you, consciously breathing into your body, you begin opening the pathways so these energies, emotions can come out, go into the field, and they'll transmute back into light by your own life force, by your own mighty I am presence, by that omni essence that is here to love the situation, bring love to the encounter. And sometimes, we've just been really wronged, like really wrong. Like, let's say you find out somebody scammed you, or somebody came directly stole from you. And those are also the situations where that initial can have a rattling impact. And it's so important to just remember to breathe. There, one little tip I have with you: the minute I hear something and I can feel that shock, I can tell my fingers go like that. And because I've experienced this so much in this incarnation, I finally had to signal my body the minute that happens for me to breathe in. So one of the things I've learned to bring my hands like up so I can see it's clean, so I can breathe into it and relax. And the minute I do that, then I know my shoulders are tight because of that. So I begin relaxing, and then I can tell I held my stomach, begin relaxing to it. Then I can tell, wow, my legs got really tight. So let's go ahead and relax that. So I take charge right away in relaxing it, because I've also learned how when these emotions get stored in the body, how they don't feel good and they do not serve me in any way. And if they don't find a way of expression, they are going to get really loud, and they're going to create situation through a magnetic field of attraction of ways so that these very same emotions can come up so that I can face them. In my video that I'll link here, the first talk about being non-emotional speaks about that, when those emotions come up before you make choices. And I share this a lot, again, going back to the private sessions that I facilitate. I notice this a lot. So there's that clenching, there's that lack of breath. So this life force is not moving through from one's own highest self, one's own Holy Christ itself, through the mighty I am, through the physical body. So it separates itself from that life force, so it can't stream all the way in. And that's where things get trapped and stored in there until you can begin to move it and move it about. So make sure you're breathing, consciously breathe, allow this to transmute and transfer through you, because it will only benefit you and it will benefit the situation. So you can have a greater access through your breath to different solutions that are part of this experience that you have just encountered. And that's all. I would love to hear from you, anything you like to share or make comment on. And I ask you to please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, go ahead and turn on that notification bell, and please feel free to reshare this, as it will help me create the comment and this material get out to individuals that are really devoted to their ascension journey and their embodiment. Thank you so much and have a